Right now, all over the world, there's this massive race to build a cleaner, greener future. But this green revolution, it doesn't just happen on its own. It has to be built piece by piece. And today, we're going to look at the essential building blocks for that future and India's really ambitious mission to make sure we have them.
So, what's actually powering all this? It's not just a nice idea, it's not just sunlight or wind. It's something much more real, something we have to pull from the Earth itself. You see these incredible technologies, right? Gleaming solar farms stretching for miles, those huge towering wind turbines, and the silent electric cars on our roads? Well, they're hungry. They have this massive appetite for very specific and often very rare raw materials. And that's where this term critical minerals comes in. Now, as you can see here, they're basically elements that are absolutely vital for a country's economy and its national security. But here's the catch. Their supply chains are super vulnerable. Why? Well, either the minerals themselves are just plain rare, or they're all found in just a handful of countries, which makes the whole supply chain shaky and dependent on geopolitics.
So, in this explainer, here's our game plan. We're going to break down India's ambitious strategy to get a hold of these minerals. We'll look at just how huge the demand is, the mission designed to meet that demand, the hunt for resources both here at home and overseas, and finally, what it all means for the nation's future.
Okay, let's kick things off by talking about the sheer scale of this demand, because to really get what India is doing, you first have to appreciate just how many of these minerals are needed to power its green ambitions. It's a huge number.
I mean, just take a look at this. The scale is incredible. To power all that solar capacity, India needs enormous amounts of silicon. To hit that 140 gigawatt wind target, it needs rare earth elements for the super powerful magnets inside the turbines. And for the goal of getting 6 to 7 million electric vehicles on the road, the demand for battery minerals like lithium, cobalt, and nickel is just off the charts. This isn't just gradual growth, it's a total explosion in demand. So, how do you even begin to tackle a challenge this huge? Well, India's answer is the National Critical Mineral Mission, or NCMM. Think of it as a comprehensive, strategic master plan to face this supply chain problem head-on.
And this right here really shows you the mission's 360-degree approach. See, it's not just about digging stuff out of the ground. It's about securing the entire supply chain, from start to finish. It's about strengthening our own processing technology, encouraging new ideas and skills, and, at the end of the day, building a self-reliant and globally competitive ecosystem for these minerals.
And listen, these aren't just ideas on a whiteboard. The mission has real concrete targets. We're talking 1,200 new domestic exploration projects. We're talking about acquiring 50 mines in other countries, training 10,000 specialists, and filing 1,000 new patents. The scale of this ambition is just impossible to ignore.
Now, the mission strategy is kind of two-pronged, and it all starts right here, at home. The very first and most important priority is to unlock India's own untapped mineral potential.
So how are they going to do it? Well, it's a 4-part action plan, and it's pretty smart. First, the Geological Survey of India is massively ramping up exploration, 195 projects just for the next year alone. Second, a new type of license is being created to bring the private sector into the game. Third, a new fast-track approval system is designed to cut through all the red tape. And fourth, they're pushing recycling to get minerals back from industrial waste like fly ash. They're covering every possible angle.
But here's the thing. Looking at home is just step one. It's not going to be enough on its own. So the second part of the strategy is to go global, building key alliances to secure these critical mineral assets in other countries.
And the key player in this global hunt is a specialized state-owned company called Khanij Bangladesh India Limited, or KABIL for short. The best way to think of it is as India's dedicated team of global mineral hunters, whose whole job is to find and acquire assets in resource-rich countries.
And this right here, this is a perfect snapshot of KABIL's strategy in action. On one side, you've got a deal just signed this year with Argentina's state-owned company for lithium exploration. On the other, a partnership with the Australian government from 2022 to go after lithium and cobalt projects. Two different continents, but one very clear goal: secure the minerals that India's batteries are going to need.
Okay, so we've talked about mining at home and deals abroad, but what's the big picture? Why does all of this matter so much? Well, this entire mission connects right back to India's huge climate commitments and its long-term path to net zero. This whole mission is absolutely crucial for India to hit its climate goals, like cutting the carbon emissions linked to its economic growth by a huge 45% by 2030.
And it doesn't stop there.
It's also essential for hitting this next target, getting a full 50% of all our electric power from non-fossil fuel sources also by 2030.
And really, both of those are just building blocks, they're stepping stones on the paths to this one monumental goal, becoming a net zero emissions economy by the year 2070. Without a secure supply of these minerals, these numbers, well, they just stay as dreams.
Which, leaves us with one final and really important question. This mission is a massive, complex undertaking for sure. But could this bold strategy, this combination of a domestic hunt and global partnerships, be the very blueprint that powers India's self-reliant green tech future? The success of this mission could very well be the answer.